This fall, I'm all about faces and places. Hey everyone, today's look is a Taylor Swift red inspired look. On the album cover she was wearing a hat or something and her eyes were shaded so you couldn't really see, but it didn't look like she was wearing as much eyeliner as she sometimes does. So for the eyes I kept them very simple, and I did do a little bit of a twist on the eye because since you couldn't see them I thought just kind of make my own thing with it. And what I did was, I'll talk more about it when I get to it, but I used some plummy colors to kind of make this an eye that I felt was a little more autumnal and which would work well with, you know, your berry lips, your hot pink lips, your red lips, your wine colored lips, your mauve lips, any lip. I think this eye would work really well with for autumn. So that was kind of my inspiration there, and then the lip is a dark red glossy lip like Taylor's. So if you want to see how to do this look, please stay tuned. Okay everyone, so to start off with, you just want a nice base. I don't have a drugstore primer, but if you do, that works just as well. I'm just taking the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I'm going to take my main color all over my lid, which is from the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. I'm only using Wet n Wild eyeshadow today, but I have a couple different palettes. I'm going to take this brow bone color from the bronzy side. It's just a shimmery, like, buttery white that's got like a golden tone to it, and take that all over my lid. And as far as priming, I actually realized I have a primer you could use. It's Too Cool if you're going more for a white tone, because she does usually have a fairly white tone. I just wanted a bit more of a golden tone to mine, so just an idea. And she just always has a very bright lid when she does her red lip, and she does this look very often. So I'm just taking the lightest bit of that crease color, which is like a bronze. I'm just going to work that a little bit right here, just for a bit of subtle definition. And this step is definitely skippable. I just don't usually like a light color all over. And actually, before I put this palette away, because that's the last thing I'm doing with it, I'm just going to actually use that brow bone as my brow bone color. If you want to take a matte color, that works. This one has shimmer, but because the look is pretty simple in the eyes, I think that's okay. Now I'm taking my other palette. This is again one of the 8-pan palettes. This is Petal Pusher, and I'm going to start with that matte pinkish color and just blend a little through the crease. Taylor used to wear a lot of really plummy toned eyes. She kind of doesn't do that as much when she has her red lip going on, so I just wanted to tell you that in case you want to go for more of a purpley tone. Alright, for eyeliner, she usually does a very black line on the top. Again, you can do that. For, you know, her in the cover, her eyes are shaded, so you can't really tell, but it does look a little softer, like it might be a brown, so I'm just going to take a really dark brown so I kind of get the middle ground. This is CoverGirl Liquid Blast in Brown Blaze, and I'm going to do kind of a liquid liner kind of look, but with this, and a little bit thinner, and then I'm just going to slowly dot that on my lower lash line. You don't want to really swipe it on because it will be heavy, you just want to dot it. So I'm going to do both those things right now. I'm just going to blend a little on the harsh edges that I got, and then the bottom as well. I love that it comes with a smudger. So you can see that's kind of the look I had going on. And if you're actually going for her look in the on the cover, stop here. What I decided to do with this, because you couldn't really see her eyes, I decided to kind of take a little creative license. And I kind of came up with this idea of kind of doing some red tones in the eye and coming up with an eye that's, while it's a little pin-uppy, is a little different and works well with like all your favorite fall lips, like berries, reds, hot pinks, whatever. So I'm going to start with this palette this is again the Petal Pusher, and I'm going to take that second color there, actually no, the bottom, the third one down, the crease, and I'm going to blend that over. It's like a brown with like some purple shimmer in it. And it slightly deepens that liner while still giving it a cool tone. I'm going to take a bit, and this time with a pencil brush for a little less like color placement. This is the second color right here, and I'm going to use that to kind of diffuse the color. Now, I'm not doing anything on the bottom because I do want to keep that very light so the red lip is not too much. I'm going to take this Ulta color, which is like my red that I use whenever I want a red. And I have to use a red color because the album is called Red. And this is Chianthe. Just taking the littlest bit of that and kind of blending it on this outer bit. For a little of a cool, when you put your mascara on, it won't be super visible. But it will just kind of be like, maybe, oh, what's going on with her eyes? In a good way. So now you just want to apply your favorite mascara. For me, that's L'Oreal Voluminous Million Lashes in Blackest Black. Mine's waterproof. It doesn't matter much. And I'm going to put that top and bottom to finish off the eye. Alright, and there's the finished eye. It's just very natural. I think more and more these days Taylor Swift does go for less on the eyes and more of a bold lip. I hope you guys like what I did here with the eye. Yeah, let's move on to the lips. Now I'm actually going to take a bit of a red tone on the cheek. If you think this is too much red, then obviously you can tone it down. I usually wouldn't use this much of one tone in a look, but for some reason I really love the look of having red on all parts. When you're wearing red, I think it works. And this one's just a mauvey red, so it's very natural. This is e.l.f. Studio Blush in Berry Mary. It's like my favorite fall-winter blush, and I'm just going to put that on my cheeks. And I'm going to skip highlight because the lips will be glossy, so I think I want to kind of keep the gloss in that area. Now for the main attraction, the lips. And like I said when I did the eye, you could really, I think, pair any of your favorite fall tone lips with this. But Taylor, as usual, was rocking a red lip, kind of a darker red than she sometimes does, more like a bright candy apple kind of red, but I'm using a deeper red. This is a really good lip liner. This is the Rimmel lip liner in Ravish. What I like about this is it has a tint, if you can see that, a tilted applicator, so you can really get on well. And you can skip lip liner, but because I'm using a lip butter, it doesn't have like super opaque color, so I'm going to use this to kind of set my base. And just go ahead and line and fill in your lips with this. And I'm just using my finger to make sure that it's blended all the way across. And now for a little moisture, because that lip liner is a bit drying, and also your color and your gloss, because her lips are very glossy. This is the Revlon Lip Butter in Red Velvet. And you could go for something more along the lines of Candy Apple. This is actually a little darker than I thought it would be because I've never used it before. But I still think it's a really good lip. But if you do want to go for something more like Revlon Wine and Candy Apple, be my guest. Now, just because I do feel like you want a very defined shape, Taylor always has very nice defined lips. I'm going to go back in with my lip liner and just trace out the outer edge. And this last step is totally optional, but if you, like me, want to go a little lighter with your lips, just go ahead and take a red gloss. Any old red gloss will do. This one, I believe, is actually discontinued. It's from Ulta, called Ruby, if you have it. And I'm just going to go ahead and pop that on the center of my lips for a little brightness and gloss. Alright, so there is the completed Taylor Swift inspired look. Like I said, I did take some creative liberties with this look and kind of tried to get a cool tone to the eyeliner, just to make it a little different and make it a little more autumnal versus just year-round kind of deal. I really do like this look. I think the eyes are very simple to let the lip shine through, which is what you want to do if you have such a bold lip going on. And I like that you can get all these products at the drugstore but still get that perfect red lip. And if you want to use something from CoverGirl, because she's one of their spokespeople, obviously that would probably be a little more appropriate, but I just used what I had, or what I got. Anyway, so if you like this video, be sure to like it below and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you guys very soon. Also, if you get her album, let me know what your favorite song is below, because I always like trying to get you guys more interactive in this video thing. So, hope you guys have a great day. Hope you guys have a great autumn, winter wearing this red lip. I'll see you around. Bye!
Find your peace of mind with some indie record that's so much cooler.